Hello and welcome to my Mercy movement tutorial where I'm going to demonstrate and explain all of the techniques that you can do with Mercy's Guardian Angel, or GA for short. First is the almost universally known GA boost, where during Guardian Angel you hit jump and keep Guardian Angel active to soar past your target. It will stay active for 1 or 2 seconds or until you either release the button or hit the ground. So you want to keep both jump and Guardian Angel active to get as far as possible most of the time. When you hit space, you will untether yourself from your GA to your target, and you'll be able to curve your momentum. And you can use that in many different ways. You'll leave that up to your imagination. The next tech we have is the super jump, where if you hit Guardian Angel during this crouching animation here that only lasts a few frames, you'll dip really low to the ground, and then you can jump right at the end, like so, to fly high into the air. This is most easily done by having Guardian Angel and Crouch on their default shift and control keys, and just hitting both at the same time with your pinky. It'll take some practice, but gets very consistent. If for whatever reason that isn't very good for you, you can also put them on 2 side mouse buttons if you have them. Press them at the same time with your thumb. It's possible to do it with 2 completely separate keys and using 2 different fingers. It's just more difficult because you have to actually time it right instead of just fat fingering both buttons. When you go straight up, you want to let go of Guardian Angel right after you jump, so it will go on cooldown as soon as possible. As you can see, if I hold GA in, I'll go that exact same height, but Guardian Angel won't go on cooldown, so that's just strictly suboptimal. During this little dip animation you see at the end, if you hit jump sooner, you can keep some of your horizontal movement, but not go as high into the air. And the sooner you hit jump, the more horizontal movement you'll keep, and the less vertical momentum you will obtain. So this makes it very versatile, so you can basically do the same thing you would do with GA boost, but just get a little bit of extra height in order to make your movement a little bit more tricky. You can also perform a technique called the super jump res, where normally if I do a super jump, I'm way too high to res and it would break instantly. But if I time it just right, I can res and get a little bit of extra height and still get off the res. You can get much higher than that and still pull off the res, but it's a tight timing. Next is going to be the corpse GA. As you can see, that corpse was behind a wall, but I was able to GA to it. It's a really buggy mechanic that's not supposed to work, but if you have a corpse, you can kind of like swing your cursor to them through a wall, and it will make you GA but not want you to GA, so you kind of have to GA boost out of it almost instantly. And it will allow you to just make some GAs that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. If you have GA prefers beam target on, and you had your beam target attached to that dead corpse, you'll be able to GA to them long after the beam is no longer on them because they died. Next, we have Valk. So as you can see, Valk, you can still do the normal GA boost, and it behaves exactly the same, except you will immediately horizontally level out upon hitting space. And at the end of GA, if you boost out, you'll get this brief super boost of speed, like so. Alright, that does it for all of the techniques that I've listed here. Figuring out how to use them in-game is up to you, but now you know how to use them at all. Have a good one.